Hi, my name's Eric Davis. During the following short but controversial video, I'm going to reveal to you a shocking weight loss secret that's been desperately buried and suppressed by the sinister and money-hungry weight loss industry for years. This unusual weight loss secret, which I'll share with you in just a moment, will not only help you lose weight, but get this. With it, you can still eat as much as you currently do and always have, and still melt off pounds of fat like butter in the sun. Yeah, you heard me right. Whether you're 10, 50, or even 150 pounds overweight, you should stop what you're doing right now. Shut off your phone, sit back and listen as I show you the real secret to losing weight and how you can regain back control of your health and happiness, something that you thought you'd never be able to do again. Instead of wasting your hard-earned money on diet schemes, pills, and supplements, and then suffering from the inevitable frustration that accompanies another failed weight loss plan, you're about to discover an efficient and effective way to shed all the unwanted weight you've been dreaming of losing. This is no gimmick or snake oil sales pitch. On the contrary, this is a well-documented, scientifically proven weight loss solution guaranteed to help you shed weight and become a healthier, happier person. If you've ever lost and then gained back some pounds, you know what I mean when I say that if you let it go, your weight will control you. It determines the clothes you want, the things you eat, even the people you hang with. It has the power to ruin your day, rob you of your recreational opportunities, and even destroy relationships. It sets the tone for your life. After all, when you wake up not with endless energy, but with that feeling that you're about to struggle through one more day of drudgery, your weight is winning. It's controlling you. I'm offering you the opportunity to put the shoe on the other foot. What if I told you that the burden of being unable to lose weight could be banished from your life forever, and that the power to shed those unwanted pounds easily and efficiently is within your grasp? Well, in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal to you exactly that. A secret that is going to make your struggle with weight loss a problem of the past. A secret that, trust me when I say this, the weight loss industry is tearing their hair out trying to hide from you. A secret so radical that it has the power to change the way we lose weight forever. You're not going to see this on the evening news. In fact, the industry is doing all it can to suppress this video and hide the truth from you. So if you don't pay close attention right now, you may never have this chance again to see this incredibly simple and powerful weight loss solution that has the industry shaking in their boots. Even though it may seem totally impossible to you now, I'll show you how more than 46,400 men and women just like yourself have begun losing weight permanently without curbing the amount of food they eat. Regardless of your age or the extent of your weight problem, help is here, even if your doctor or physician has convinced you that you require dangerous supplements and diet pills or surgery to help you with your weight loss struggles. I'm here to show you a better, safer, and more effective alternative. Even if you've tried unsuccessfully every diet and exercise plan under the sun, there's still hope. I promise you that your days of frustration are over. Before you know it, you'll be saying goodbye to all the unsightly weight that you've desperately attempted to lose for years. We all know from experience that instead of growing thinner and lighter, many weight loss programs have the exact opposite effect. You eat like a bird, obsessively counting calories or carbs, only to step onto the scale and discover you've put on 5 more pounds since you started the diet. This is how the weight loss industry keeps you on a short leash, ensuring that you spend more and more of your hard-earned money on half-baked programs that do nothing for you except feed your frustration and put a dent in your wallet. A study by the esteemed weight loss doctor Albert Kraft, conducted in France between 1995 and 2003, concluded that there's no correlation between decreased calorie consumption and weight loss. And as is often the case, the study proved that many overweight people are not consuming more than their recommended calorie intake, but still manage to gain weight. And this is exactly what the diet industry is selling you, a system that's been proven to be as outdated as it is ineffective. Now, in a matter of days, you'll be able to see the pounds melt right off your frame. You'll shock your physician, not only by the amount of weight you'll lose, but also by the reduction in your blood pressure, the lowering of cholesterol, the absence of arthritis symptoms, the end of sleep apnea, and many other weight-related disorders. Your friends and loved ones will be amazed as you seemingly turn back time, appearing years younger and fitter than you've ever been. Even better, you'll surprise yourself as you suddenly discover the energy you always knew you had inside you. Watch this video till the very end, and you'll see just how easy it is to reboot your metabolism and ensure yourself a healthier, thinner future. This secret technique comes directly from a 70-year-old naturopath named Albert Lee, who decided to spill the beans about this revolutionary program that the weight loss industry would prefer never sees the light of day. And even though this remarkable metabolism reset has been reported upon in numerous scientific journals and magazines, the weight loss industry, which is worth about $61 billion a year, has been relentlessly fighting to stop you from learning about it. The last thing the industry, driven by sponsorships from companies like Coke and Pepsi, wants is for you to stop purchasing diet pills, supplements, and the countless gimmicks that do absolutely nothing to help you lose weight. Rather than telling you the facts about weight loss, they'd rather line their pockets with your money. And who do you think sponsors the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics? If you guessed Coke, Pepsi, General Mills, and Unilever, you guessed right. And if you think these guys care one whit about your health, you're gravely mistaken. These mega corporations, under the facade of helping us eat right and lose weight, are simply pushing their own sugar-filled, acidic, and unhealthy agendas. So with billions invested in keeping you fat and unhealthy, what exactly can you do? Well, that's where this controversial weight loss secret comes in. It has the power to change the game forever. And it's no wonder the big corporations don't want you to know about it. Just listen to what others are saying about this amazing metabolism reset secret. Dana Pankey from Hicksville, New York says,
I just wanted to thank Mr. Lee personally for sharing his amazing metabolism reset secret with me. It's been about 11 days since I started the program, and I've already lost 7 pounds. It is absolutely remarkable. I'm eating as much as I ever have, and I'm losing weight. I would never have believed this was possible until I tried it out for myself. Thank you so much.
Nancy Keith from Pico Rivera, California wrote to say,
Hey, my name is Nancy, and I have to admit, I was skeptical when I first heard about Albert Lee's method, but I was 65 pounds overweight and willing to try anything. Well, I shed 42 pounds in 3 months and was blown away by how effective that metabolism reset program actually works. My doctor can't believe the changes in my health. Gone is the high blood pressure, and my cholesterol count is lower than it's ever been. Bravo, Mr. Lee.
Sean Tidwell from Columbus, Ohio even said,
Hi, I'm Sean. I've been following the Albert Lee Metabolism Reset weight loss program for 6 months, and the results have been amazing. I've lost close to 50 pounds, and the diabetes associated with my obesity has disappeared. It's truly amazing. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
You're probably wondering about me, Eric. How did I finally stumble upon this secret? Well, it's a long story and not a pretty one. But I want you to know what I went through so that you don't make the same mistakes. When I started high school, I was already 35 pounds overweight. It was the worst time of my life. I was self-conscious and shy, and because of my size, I was a constant target of bullying and ridicule. 27 years later, at the age of 40, I was still feeling like the same abused teenager with weight-related self-esteem issues. Only now, I was 85 pounds overweight and suffering from numerous health-related complications. Here you can see a picture of me at my heaviest. I was miserable. I had difficulty breathing, terrible sleep apnea, high blood pressure, and reoccurring chest pain. Worse, I was depressed and was having trouble staying awake, even at work, which was especially unnerving because my boss had warned me several times and threatened to fire me if it happened again. When I visited my doctor, he was discouraging. He told me that given the severity of my sleep apnea and my high blood pressure, that I was a likely candidate for a stroke or heart attack. Given my long history of attempting and failing to lose weight, he suggested I work with a nutritionist and behavioral therapist to learn to manage my obesity. So I hired a dietitian and even purchased a gym membership. It cost me an extra $300 a month, but I was determined to lose the weight. So I began exercising 40 minutes a day and began reducing my calorie intake to a fraction of what it once was. But over the next 2 months, I gained 9 more pounds. It made no sense to me. I was doing everything I was supposed to do, but I was getting bigger instead of smaller. So my doctor wrote me a prescription for Xenical, a drug that blocks the absorption of fat into the stomach and kidneys. Between the cost of the prescription and vitamin supplements that I needed to take along with the drug, my wallet was taking a serious hit, and I tried to remain positive. Even after I read the long list of side effects that the drug can cause, I still wanted to believe. So in spite of the diarrhea and constant aches and pains, I stuck with the Xenical. But when I ended up in the hospital with large hives covering my face, neck, and even my tongue, I reached my wit's end. I was immediately given antibiotics and was asked to remain in the hospital overnight to be monitored. But while I laid in that hospital bed, fat, penniless, and covered with red blotches, it felt like I already had one foot in the grave. It was the most helpless moment of my life, and I couldn't stop myself from breaking down and crying like a baby. But as luck would have it, I ran into an old friend of mine, a nurse working in the hospital. We'd known each other in high school, and she was one of the few people there who always treated me with kindness instead of scorn. When I explained to her all the health problems I was suffering from, she recommended that I pay a visit to a naturopath named Mr. Lee. So as soon as I was discharged from the hospital, figuring that I had nothing to lose, I drove to his office, a tiny cubbyhole located above a market in Chinatown. His office was sparse and clutter-free except for the piles of books, papers, and journals stacked high upon his desk. Mr. Lee was a bright-eyed man of 70 who looked a quarter of a century younger. He invited me to sit down, and after explaining my situation, the naturopath told me that my approach to losing weight had been all wrong. Diets don't do anything except make people fat. Excess calories don't result in weight gain. He shook his head. And expending more energy than we consume does not lead to weight loss. All that does is make you hungry. He made an interesting point, reminding me that weight-related health problems are a recent phenomenon. Our ancestors were neither compulsive calorie counters nor obsessive exercise fanatics, but they never suffered from the same kind of obesity epidemic we're dealing with today. I regarded him skeptically, but Mr. Lee reached towards a medical journal and flipped it open to a study conducted in France that involved over 14,000 people who were monitored over an 8-year period from 1995 to 2003. Conducted by the renowned weight loss expert Dr. Albert Kreff, the study revealed that the men involved in the experiment were consuming an average of 2,200 calories per day, while the women were taking in 1,600. Not only were these figures lower than expected, they were far below the daily recommended energy intake. But in spite of this, the weight of the study group increased by 30% during the 8-year period. Dr. Kreff concluded that half of the people who are obese do not consume more than the daily recommended intake of calories. But this study was buried because it threatens to expose the truth. Mr. Lee lamented, "You have to understand that the entire weight loss industry in North America is a $61 billion a year business. But in spite of the revolutionary weight loss plans, the diet pills, the supplements, and countless other gimmicks, Americans are heavier than ever." The naturopath grew animated. "You know there's a problem when international organizations like the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics are sponsored by corporations like Coca-Cola, Kellogg's, and PepsiCo. A true and efficient way to help you lose weight is the last thing the industry wants. It's all about profits and designed to keep you overweight to ensure that you keep spending money on products that are doomed to failure. The true cause of obesity and weight gain," Mr. Lee insisted, "is a hormone imbalance that undermines the metabolism's efficiency. Knowing how hormones work and applying that information to your day-to-day life will totally change your approach to losing weight and help you regain control of your future. Hormones," the naturopath explained, "are released from your fat and enter your bloodstream and travel up to your brain, delivering a message about how much fuel you have on hand. When your brain answers the hormone's phone call, it adjusts the speed of your metabolism based upon the amount of fuel it thinks you have available. Take control over your hormones and take control over your weight," he said. If you look at Japan, for example, Japan has the lowest obesity rate in the world at just 3%. You think it's some sort of mistake when compared to the USA's whopping 32%? Absolutely not. Unbeknownst to those living in Japan, the regional diet means they are, in fact, following a small portion of the formula which Mr. Lee had explained to me. But don't worry, how you will reset your metabolism is not going to mean you eat fish all day. Quite the opposite. You can eat what you want and when you want. The beauty of what Mr. Lee was telling me was that it didn't involve counting a single calorie, or in fact calories whatsoever. It all revolved around this specific hormone and how I can activate this hormone by the addition and subtraction of certain unusual foods to my diet. No need to starve myself or even touch a weight or treadmill. This is something the Japanese have unwittingly been doing for centuries. He then ruffled through his desk and retrieved a pamphlet. I wrote this several years ago, Mr. Lee said, but no publishers would touch it. The diet industry is dead set against my ideas. But I'm certain that if you follow these suggestions, you'll be able to reset your metabolism and begin to lose the unwanted weight that's undermining your health and happiness. And then he sent me home, pamphlet in hand. I had a hard time believing that his techniques would actually lead to any results. But I performed them nonetheless because, well, I had nothing to lose. 2 weeks later, I started feeling better. Increased energy all day. No lethargic moments in the afternoon. Bouncing out of bed in the morning. So I got on the scale, and to my shock, I discovered that I'd lost 9 pounds. It blew me away. It was so easy. It almost felt too easy. I felt like I was cheating somehow when I would see others slogging away in the gym for hour upon hour with nothing to show for it. Not only was the weight melting off me, I wasn't feeling hungry all the time. With Mr. Lee's amazing Metabolism Reset, I was eating as much as I ever have, only now I was eating with purpose. After the first month, I shed 22 pounds. It was working. 5 months later, I was 55 pounds lighter and felt better than I had in years. The next time I visited my doctor, he couldn't believe his eyes. I was looking slim and feeling light. I don't know what you're doing, but just keep doing it. Your blood pressure is at a healthy level and your cholesterol count is way down. Even better, my sleep apnea had completely disappeared. The change to my health was mind-boggling. My confidence level was way up. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I wasn't the object of ridicule whenever I walked into a room. You have no idea how liberating that feeling was. But you will if you'll bear with me. Unlike my doctor, the next time I visited Mr. Lee, he wasn't the least bit surprised by my appearance. I told you my plan would work. He smiled at me. I begged Mr. Lee to allow me to help him share his wisdom with the general public. It's not right that people suffering from obesity don't have access to this information. Mr. Lee dismissed my idea, insisting that the diet industry would never allow his ideas to be published. But I was persistent, begging the naturopath to let me help him bring his ideas to a larger audience. In the end, thankfully, he consented, and we worked together to turn his little pamphlet into a comprehensive guide. We called it the Metabolism Reset. There is really no other weight loss program out there that compares to Mr. Lee's amazing Metabolism Reset. You can finally shed all the unwanted weight without having to starve yourself or by spending half your waking life in the gym. There is no gimmick or trick, just a scientifically tested method to help you lose weight fast. You'll never have to count calories or carbs again. Instead, a safe and surefire method for losing weight is available right now at your fingertips. Imagine an end to the high blood pressure, the sleep apnea, the constant ridicule, shame, and low self-esteem. Instead of feeling heavy and run down, you'll be amazed by both your newfound energy and how light you feel on your feet. You've probably been dreaming about what it would be like to have more energy. Now you can find out for yourself, just like my friends did. Richard L. Odom from Saginaw, Michigan said,
Hello, my name is Richard, and I just wanted to make this quick video to personally thank Mr. Lee for sharing his amazing Metabolism Reset. Now, I've been using the innovative weight loss technique for just 2 months, and I've already lost 23 pounds. This is a must-have weight loss program for anyone looking to shed pounds and look and feel years younger. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Harold Harris from Sisseton, South Dakota wrote to say, "This is a one-of-a-kind weight loss program. There's no other diet out there like it. The Metabolism Reset system is so easy to follow and so radically innovative that you'll be eating as much as you ever have. Only now, instead of gaining weight, you'll be shedding the pounds. Mr. Lee's unique method will not only reprogram your metabolism, it'll make you feel years younger. After just 2 weeks, I've already lost 8 pounds. I only wish I'd discovered this weight loss program years ago." Have you ever wondered why some people can eat and never gain weight, while despite eating like a bird and obsessively counting calories, you continue to pack on the pounds? Well, Albert Lee's Metabolism Reset will explain to you in detail what it is about your body's chemistry that has undermined your ability to process energy efficiently. You may think supplements and diet pills are an effective way to lose weight. But besides putting you at a higher risk of cancer, they do little to help you shed the unwanted pounds you're trying to get rid of. In Albert Lee's Metabolism Reset, he'll explain to you why the pills, supplements, and traditional diets are all doomed to failure. Once you pick up a copy of Albert Lee's Reset Diet, you'll be shocked to discover just how much the weight loss industry has been lying to you. And you'll be amazed to learn that losing weight is easier than you ever imagined. Mr. Lee's breakthrough study on weight loss is not only practical and simple, you also won't have to starve yourself to see results. In fact, you'll be eating as much as you ever have, only now your metabolism will be functioning so well, you'll actually be burning off the fat rather than storing it. Chester Lai from Philadelphia, New Jersey writes,
Before I picked up a copy of Albert Lee's Metabolism Reset, I was 230 pounds. That's 40 pounds heavier than I was when I was playing college football 2 decades earlier. Now, for years, I'd been trying to rid myself of the tire that had formed around my midsection without success. But within 2 weeks of using Mr. Lee's method, I shed 10 pounds. I've been using this technique for 3 months, and for the first time in more than 15 years, I'm weighing less than 200 pounds. Thank you, Mr. Lee.
Once you experience this incredible weight loss system, you'll wish you'd known about it years ago. I know I did, but I don't care. I'm just glad to have finally figured out why I was gaining weight no matter what I did, and how I can now lose weight just as easily as I was gaining it before. Here's a question. What would you be willing to pay to be able to fit back into the clothes you were wearing 15 years ago, to move around more easily than you can remember, to be able to run without feeling like a fool, to literally feel young again? Well, you're probably thinking that such a fountain of youth would cost you an arm and a leg, especially when you consider that unlike the traditional weight loss industry's endless supply of gimmicks that cost you a fortune and do absolutely nothing to help you shed unwanted pounds, Albert Lee's Metabolism Reset will be the last weight loss system you ever buy. I told Mr. Lee he could easily get $300 for this, or even more, because it's actually effective. People will be happy to pay that much once they see the results. But Mr. Lee refused. I'm 72 years old, he said. What do I care about money? I just want to get this out there to people who need it. So we agreed to charge only $97 to cover all the writing, research, and publishing costs. That's a tiny amount when you consider the cost of most supplements, not to mention things like stomach stapling. But when I talked to him the other day, he told me that he wants this to be even more affordable, to make sure absolutely anyone with any interest in taking their life back can afford it. So because you've watched this exclusive video, we're giving you the opportunity to own this amazingly effective system for just $37. You won't find many supplements this cheap. And keep in mind that this is a one-time investment, not something you need to pay for every month. So don't delay. Take advantage of this very special opportunity while there's still time. But I warn you, this video and special promotion will not be around forever. So if you leave this page, I can't guarantee that it'll still be available later. The weight loss industry is desperately trying to keep this groundbreaking technique a secret that you'll never discover. They're throwing up all kinds of roadblocks that are costing us big bucks to overcome. So at some point, we're going to need to start charging more, but not today. So make the right decision and don't miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Click on the Order Now button below to ensure your special price. And if you order now, not only will you receive Albert Lee's Metabolism Reset weight loss program, but we'll also throw in 2 bonus gifts. That's right, 2 bonus gifts. The first is a copy of Sleep Better, a revolutionary guide to a more restful night. Say goodbye to sleep apnea and insomnia and discover how you can enjoy 8 hours of restful sleep night after night. The Sleep Better guide is worth $39.99, but it's yours free when you order now. And not only will you receive the Metabolism Reset and a copy of Sleep Better, we'll also throw in a second bonus gift that is guaranteed to set you onto a path towards better health. Curing High Blood Pressure the Natural Way is a one-of-a-kind book that will teach you how to master high blood pressure and retake control of your future. This book, worth $44.95, is the perfect counterpart to the Metabolism Reset Guide, and yours free when you order today. With both of these bonus gifts, you'll have everything you need not only to lose lots of weight, but also live a far longer and happier life. In fact, we're so confident in the Metabolism Reset program, we're doing something that no one else would dare to do. We're so absolutely sure of the results you'll achieve that we're ensuring your order with a rock-solid 60-day money-back guarantee. Basically, if you're not entirely happy with your order and the brilliant results Mr. Lee's program will give you, then just send us a quick email and we'll refund every single penny paid. No questions asked. Because if this doesn't work for you, I certainly don't want your money, and neither does Mr. Lee. You can even keep all the material. That's how confident we are in this program. We're taking on all of the risks, so you don't need to worry about anything except losing weight and living better. I want you to achieve such breathtaking results as I have. So effortlessly, it will feel like you're cheating at something that is supposedly hard to achieve. I know how debilitating being overweight can be. I understand the accompanying health problems, frustration, and humiliation. Not so long ago, I was experiencing that same shame. But once you discover the secrets of Albert Lee's Metabolism Reset, like me, your struggles with your weight will be a thing of the past. Kristen and Shirley from Grand Prairie, Texas said,
Hey there, I'm Kristen, and I just wanted to make this quick video to personally thank Albert Lee for sharing this amazing program with me. You know, I have been following his program for a while now, and I am proud to tell you that I have lost 35 pounds, and I have never felt so light and energized. So I can tell you that this has really changed my life, and I would highly recommend this program to anyone. Thanks so much.
Stephen Jones from Metairie, Louisiana writes, Hello, my name is Stephen. I had my stomach stapled a few years back. What a waste of money. Instead of losing weight, the only thing I lost was my self-esteem. Not only did I suffer health-related complications due to the surgery, my weight actually started to increase. It wasn't until I discovered Albert Lee's Metabolism Reset that I began to lose weight and retake control of my life. Thank you, Mr. Lee. I could provide you with hundreds of testimonials, but I think once you give the Metabolism Reset a try and you see the excess pounds melting away, the results will speak for themselves. So what are you waiting for? Enter your email address and click the Order Now button below. After payment, you'll receive an instant downloadable PDF file which contains the entire Metabolism Reset program. Plus, you'll also receive the 2 bonus gifts, Sleep Better and How to Cure High Blood Pressure the Natural Way. The way I see it, there are 3 choices you can make right now. 1. You can accept your weight loss problem as it stands now and deal with all the nasty complications associated with it. 2. You can continue to struggle unsuccessfully using one of the doomed diet plans that the weight loss industry is trying to sell you. Or 3. You can embrace hope and risk nothing by ordering the Metabolism Reset today. It's a matter of where you want to be 3 months down the line. Enduring the same struggles you are now, feeding yourself yet another miracle supplement, or living your life the way you've always wanted to, happy, healthy, and carefree. Your weight can hold you back in so many ways you don't even realize. I found that out when I suddenly had bundles of energy on the job. Instead of having to fire me, my boss promoted me. And well, let's just say that women haven't looked at me this way for as long as I can remember. It all started with me taking the time to follow Mr. Lee's advice. And now I'm giving you the same opportunity. Except you're not risking a thing. You owe it to yourself and your loved ones to grab hold of this opportunity and experience the power of this program. Press the Order Now button below and watch your waistline shrink week after week until you arrive at the new, stronger, prouder, happier you. This has been Eric Davis.